Okay, guys, welcome to the sequel to my last video titled We Got Kicked Out Because of Our Snakes. Um, so, as I mentioned in that video, I had a lengthy discussion with the regional manager of our old apartment complex that we used to live at when I first moved out here. And I really hope this gets out to some of the property management companies out here in this area so they can get their heads out of their fucking asses and become educated, because they're not. Okay, they're idiots. Alright, and parents, again, I'm apologize for cussing in this video. It's just the amount of emotion and anger I'm dealing with right now over this is anyway. So myth number one. So this regional literally tried to tell me you can't tag a snake, and I was so mad I didn't even correct her. You can tag a snake. It's called a microchip, okay? It's called a microchip. And guess what? They have these things called needles and syringes. And guess what? They work on snakes too. No way! You could give a snake a shot? Nah, duh. Okay, so there's myth number one out of the way. Oh, actually, forgot to mention, in Florida, it's actually the state law. Your snakes, monitor lizard, tegu, whatever, they have to be microchipped and tagged, because if you release that animal, you're facing prison, okay, for releasing a invasive species. All right. Myth number two. Snakes carry diseases. She literally tried to tell me snakes carry diseases. No. The only disease they carry is salmonella. And you're not going to get salmonella or any disease for that matter from your neighbor's snake. The only way you'd get salmonella from a snake is if you personally own one and clean their cage and don't wash your hands afterward, or don't wash your hands after handling your snake. Okay, and they were laying close to their poop in the cage or something. Like they were laying in their own shit, and you picked them up and you held them for a while, and you didn't wash your hands, and you ate or handled food. Yeah, but you could go to any restaurant and just as easily get salmonella poisoning because the cook didn't wash their hands when they went to the bathroom. You can go out here to Golden Corral, you can go out here to Shoney's, Waffle House, you name it. Anytime you go out to eat, you are taking the risk of getting salmonella poisoning. You're not any more likely to get it from a snake. Secondly, okay, or thirdly, snake's gonna get out, get into somebody's apartment, and possibly harm them. Maybe if you have like a huge snake that you shouldn't have in an apartment complex to begin with, like a berm or something like that. But a ball python, yes, they like to explore. Yes, they're very curious. They like to get into everything. Yes, they like to prowl at night. But 80% of their day consists of sleeping. 80 to 90% of their day consists of freaking sleeping. They sleep more than any cat I've ever seen, okay? Like, yeah. And, or they're chilling in their water bowl, cooling off, or they're chilling near the heat, getting warm. That's what they do. All right, and it's not the snake's fault, it's the reptile owner's fault if that snake gets out. Okay, If you got them in the proper cage, proper setup, you know, or a rack system like we had, snake's not getting out. Not gonna get out, okay? Plain and simple. Snakes are slimy. This did not come up in a conversation, but this is just one I've heard quite a bit. No, they are not. A lot of people think snakes must be slimy because they slither across the ground. No, they have special scales on their belly called ventral scales, which allow them to move across the ground. And it also allows them to be able to climb up on a tree. That, combined with certain muscle contractions and movements, is what enables a snake to move. A snake is basically a giant muscle, essentially. Battery's running low, so I'm going to wrap it up. But anyway, what else? Oh, yeah, I love this one. All snakes are of the devil. Wrong. Okay, as a Christian, I will say, yes, Satan did show up in the form of a snake in the Garden of Eden. He showed up in the form of a serpent or snake. But the Bible also describes him as God's most beautiful angel. He was a beautiful man, a handsome man. So basically, he could show up however he wants. He could show up however he wants to. He just happened to pick a snake in that particular story, so that doesn't mean all snakes are the devil. So now that one's out of the way, yeah, so there's 4 or 5 popular myths about snakes that aren't true. And, what was the other thing she said? Oh, yeah. Most people aren't reptile savvy. As I mentioned in my last video, the bearded dragon is the 3rd most popular pet in the United States, and the ball python coming in at number 4. Most people aren't reptile savvy, huh? Sounds to me somebody needs to get on the bandwagon. Sorry guys, I can't even think right now. I'm so mad and upset and depressed over this situation. Like, you have no idea. I mean, at least we're not going to have to sell off all the snakes, you know. As I mentioned in my last video, they're going to Dustin's mom's, and we're going to save up, try to get a house so we don't have to worry about this shit anymore. But, there you have it. Some common misconceptions about snakes that are not true. So, that's it. And again, if you haven't watched my last video, please do click the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, and hit that notification bell so you get notified of future videos. And you also know when I go live on Sunday for the Exotic Pet Expo, like I mentioned in the other video I shot tonight. You don't want to miss that. Check out some really awesome animals, and hopefully get to play with a baby monkey. So, until Sunday, guys, peace out.